Guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Pika and I do fragrance reviews. So welcome back everybody. Today I have an Orange Blossom video part 2 because I did notice quite a few of you guys enjoyed it. I do have a mixture of inexpensive to expensive fragrances just so you guys have a nice mix. I usually like to do a mix of designer and niche anyway, just to give a option to everybody because we all have different budgets, we all have different price ranges, and I might even do a part 3 because I do have a lot of Orange Blossom scents. It is a note that I really enjoy. It's very uplifting, quite feminine in my opinion. It's just a beautiful white flower. I love white flowers in general, but Orange Blossom just has a bit more character to it sometimes, you know? So let's just jump straight into the video. So the first fragrance that I have is from the house of Tom Ford. Now it's not Soleil Brûlante, which is the new one. That one does have a lot of Orange Blossom, but I don't know whether I'm ready to purchase it just yet. I don't know whether I love it. I'm kind of really iffy about that one, but this one is called Soleil Neige. Most of you will probably know of this fragrance and everybody describes it very differently. Now on my skin, I do get a lot of Orange Blossom. I'm just going to spray it here. Oh, that mist as well is just incredible. I have the 30ml because when you do have a slightly larger collection, I don't think you need bigger bottles in my opinion. I love to finish my fragrances. So right at the top, you do 100,000,000% get this blast of citrus with Orange Blossom. For me, that's what I get alongside this really amazing sweetness. Now the sweetness to me is very fluffy and I don't know if anybody else has described it that way, but this is how I'll describe it to you. I love Turkish desserts, Turkish anything. I really love Turkish food in general, and growing up we would go to a Turkish food center and we always would look at the desserts and everything because I had a very sweet tooth when I was a child and I love Turkish delight, and this really reminds me of Turkish delight, like an Orange Blossom, slightly nutty, like if it had pistachio or something, Turkish delight. Now I don't think it does have any nutty notes in here, so it's a bit weird why I'm getting that. Maybe it's coming from the BENZOIN, I have no clue, but it's very fluffy, beautiful amount of Orange Blossom in here, which gives it a bit of tanginess alongside the bergamot. I don't really pick up on much else apart from that. I know it says that it lists like other white flowers and rose and things like this, but to me, the way I can describe this very easily to you guys, it's like Orange Blossom Turkish Delight. It's really gorgeous. So that is Soleil Neige from Tom Ford. So the next fragrance should not come as a surprise. You guys already know this one. I have worn this since I think it pretty much first launched. I really adore this fragrance. The amount of people over the years that I've had buy this fragrance is nuts because this is one of my most complimented fragrances of all time. So this is Girl of Now from Elie Saab. This is an amazing pistachio, Orange Blossom, almond, beautiful creation. It's incredibly sweet. It's very sticky sweet. So if you're not into that, I would not recommend this for you. It kind of, the way I can describe it is if you had, you know, the syrup that they use in baklava, that pistachio kind of syrup, if you infuse that with Orange Blossom, that's what I 100% get from this. It does have a bit more of a softness to it, which I think it might have CASHMERAN, I'm not entirely sure, but overall all you need to know is that it has a lot of Orange Blossom, which gives it this citrus, fluffy, floral feel alongside a very heavy, syrupy pistachio almond dream of a fragrance. This is really amazing. I've worn it clubbing, I've worn it in the heat of summer, I've worn it in winter. It works all the time. I think this is my third bottle. I don't think they have reformulated this, which is great. I think they have kept it the same. So if you're worried about that, no need to worry. You can still get the same beautiful effect from that. So it's Girl of Now from Elie. So the next fragrance that I have is the Extrait version. So the original version does have a much stronger note of orange blossom and it's less expensive. So I would say if you're really down for the orange blossom note, go for the OG. Do not go for this version because it's a slightly more apparently has lemon blossom and it is a little bit more lemony. It's stronger on the iris note as well. So this is Amyris Femme from Maison Francis Cogjon, and this is an absolutely gorgeous fragrance. This is perfect everyday wear for me. I wear this all the time. Just if I don't really know what to grab, I'll always grab this fragrance. Now, as I mentioned, it does definitely have a little bit of a twist to the original Amyris Femme. This is the Extrait version, and I don't know which one I prefer. I do really love this one because it's a little sweeter, it's a little denser, has a really beautiful lemony note in the very beginning, which apparently is from lemon blossom. But for some reason, I still get orange blossom. I don't know whether that's my mind playing tricks on me. But to me, it's a very strong orange blossom fragrance. I have no clue why. I don't know what's happening with my nose, but whenever I spray it on my skin, I get a lot of orange blossom, a little bit of a lemony vibe alongside a beautiful powdery, rooty iris. It's kind of like if you took Oris as it is, but less buttery, basically. So it's a bit more powdery, but not so powdery like makeup vibes. So if you're into that, if you like very fresh, beautiful, uplifting fragrances, this is the one for you. So that is Amyris Femme from MFK. Right, so last but certainly not least, we have a fragrance from YSL. Now, I don't actually own a bottle to this fragrance, sorry, but I really do want to have a bottle. This is probably my third sample that I've gone through, and the issue with this fragrance is that it is quite expensive, especially in the UK. I think it's around about £260, which is quite a lot if I'm honest. So this is called Atlas Garden, and I shall put a picture up here. Now, the funny thing about this fragrance is that lots of people, including my friend Giselle, we all have very different takes on this fragrance, and not a lot of people know about this fragrance as well, which is something that is quite interesting, because for me it's one of the best from their Oriental collection. I really love a lot from their Oriental collection, but I absolutely love this fragrance. So how does Atlas Garden smell? Now, I have already sprayed it here, so I'm kind of getting the dry down more than the first initial blast. So I'll just spray it here. Oh wow, yeah. The initial opening, you do get a bit of a neroli vibe, so it does have a bit of a bitter greenness. And for me personally, I'm not the biggest fan of neroli. I know it derives very similarly from orange blossom, but still it does have a very different smell in my opinion. I don't necessarily like very strong neroli fragrances. Having said that though, you do definitely get a really big dose of orange blossom, especially on my skin. I get a lot of orange blossom. It's very fluffy, very citrus, very beautiful, slightly sweet and tangy. You do also have dates in this fragrance, but to me it doesn't really shout and scream, not on my skin at least. It's not as syrupy that I normally associate date fragrances with. And then in the very dry down, you have Tonka, which gives it a bit of a powdery, soft vibe. It's very comforting, very soft, a little bit nutty as well. Overall, it's definitely on my skin orange blossom heaven. It's very strong with the orange blossom and the neroli actually in the very beginning. But then the neroli definitely does go away, thank God for that. and then becomes a sweet powdery fragrance. That's what I get from it. So if you're into that kind of stuff, I would definitely recommend that you try it. So that is Atlas Garden from YSL. So I do hope, as always, that you guys enjoyed this video. My next video, which will probably be in the same show because I'm trying to film 2 videos today, is a video on my most complimented fragrances, I know, of 2021 so far. So if you enjoyed this video, as always, give it a like, thumbs up, all of that jazz, and I shall catch you in my next video. Bye guys.